Good evening, guys. This is different armchair pundits tonight. I am a Leicester City fan, and obviously this marks 2 years since Vichai unfortunately lost his life. So therefore, instead of my normal rivalry show, I want to pay tribute to the man that made the impossible possible for every football fan, not just for Leicester City fans. He made the possible for everybody. But before I get into the Vichai tribute, I also think we need to recognise the other people that lost their lives that night. 4 others lost their lives that night, and I'll drag a picture up right now. There was 2 pilots and 2 people that were accompanying Vichai as well on that flight. Eric Schrafer, Isabella Rosa Lekovic, Keith Porn Kumpapa, and Nusara Sukunamai. Unfortunately, we're all involved in that incident. It was a tragic day. It was a tragic day for football as well. There's been lots of tragedies in football, but this is the most recent one for the amount of people that were involved. I also want to pay tribute to Emiliano Sala. In the same year, in the same football season, lost his life in unfortunate circumstances. But I want to read a statement that I put out on Facebook today. 2 years ago today, Leicester City lost a truly inspirational man. He was the author of our fairy tale, the man who made, not just made Leicester fans dream, but made every fan dream too. He captured the hearts of the city with his amazing donations to various Leicester causes. He embraced the culture of Leicester and the people of Leicester, never shy to dig in his own pockets to reward fans and gifts from free beer, donuts, scarves, t-shirts, etc. Vichai, you will forever be imprinted into our hearts of Leicester fans, and I hope we can make you proud. The team go out and play for you and build on the vision you had for the club. In your son, we can achieve that, and he will be supported every step of the way. And I think that's what is Vichai really did make everyone believe. I've got a couple of guests with me tonight. I have got Danny that I'm going to add in now, and I've also got Ryan here.
Hi guys.
All right.
Hard subject. 2 years on, it really is. It's a hard subject. Vichai. Obviously, this is a tribute to him, but we can't forget the other 4 that unfortunately lost their lives. But we're talking about what did. I'll start with you, Ryan. Vichai. Well, how can you sum him up? How?
He's in one word. He's inspirational. The things he's done, not just for the club, but for the city of Leicester. With the we can take the NHS with the Leicester hospitals. The amount of money he's putting into them as well. He may be an owner of a football club, but he's not just like with our heart to the football club, but it's with the NHS as well. The amount of time and effort he's done for them as well. Just everything in Leicester generally. He's just a truly inspiring person in my eyes. The amount he's done.
He really did. Like when you say about the NHS, the Glenfield Children's Heart Unit needed some money, and I'm not making this a pun intended. Within a heartbeat, he coughed the money up there, right then, and saved that unit, which is vital. He embraced the city, didn't he, Ryan? He really did.
Yeah, in my eyes, he brought the city together a bit more as well. In what he's done.
It's very known that Leicester is a very multicultural city. With that, you get lots of different people supporting different clubs. But he brought Leicester together. That's what he did. He definitely brought Leicester together. Danny.
Hi, mate.
Vichai, mate. What?
There's so many ways you can sum him up, really. There's so many ways you can sum him up, really, isn't there? Let's just start by saying, obviously, he was a people's person. You know, he wasn't just a football chairman. You know, we never saw him as that. He was the. I mean, am I right in thinking he even got the key to the city at one point? You know, the guy is just a living legend. You know, not many people can say they get the keys to the city, and as a football manager of all people, you know, you'd think they wouldn't ever set foot in there without. But it's because of what he's done over the years that he was owning our club. From when he first came in, he started giving things to the fans. It was always about the fans, and that's one. I think that's the only. He is always going to be imprinted in our hearts, and he was, well, as the scarf says, he's forever in our hearts, and he will be, because what he didn't just do it for the club, he did it for the city as well, and you can't thank him enough for that, and giving his chance to dream as well. You know, never in my lifetime would I have thought we'd have won the league. Do you know what I mean? I remember when they first became owners of the club, and they gave us a deadline when they wanted to be in the Premier League and they wanted to win the league, and we all thought that would never happen. And look at us now; it happened, and that's all thanks to him and Top.
Yeah.
And
we're extremely lucky to have them.
2 seasons early as well.
Yeah.
We did it in.
We were, they did not expect that to happen. Obviously, it happened a lot sooner, and they did it the right way. They didn't throw the money at clubs, and I don't mean disrespect to any club I'm about to mention right now. Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United, and that. They just didn't throw the money. They didn't throw the money at the club. They invested in the club. They invested in the culture of the city. They did everything, in my eyes, right. Obviously, expectations now gone up, and I still believe that Tots can fulfill Vichai Street. Like I say, he was the author of our fairy tale. Not in a million years did any of us right now sitting on this live think that Leicester were going to be Premier League champions. I mean,
he made his dream.
He made the dream. He made the impossible possible. But by doing that, do you agree that he made every other club dream like they can do a Leicester City in their various leagues?
Well, yeah, I mean, you look at it now with Everton top of the league. Do you know what I mean? And Villa and Leeds up there. They're dreaming, and by all means, let them dream. You know what I mean? Anything can happen, and we've seen it this season of all seasons. Anything can happen. We've seen it when Leicester won the league. Anything can happen. And I think, you're right in saying that. He has sparked that ignition again to get people dreaming again. And it's bringing back the passion. If we didn't have, obviously, VAR and all this, but we won't get into that on this chat. But if we, you know what I mean? It's brought the passion back in the game. It's just a shame the fans aren't there to share it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to give a few shout-outs to certain clubs tonight. I really want to give a shout-out to the Watford fans. So, if no one knew, I went to the game Leicester versus Watford at the King Power Stadium, one of the games at home. Watford raised money off their own bat for a banner, and they raised that much money, they could have had 3 or 4 of them saying banners. And this is what it said. Thank you, Vichai, for allowing us all to dream.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. He made us all dream. He made everybody dream. I mean, I'd can't say that 5,000-1 season, the Premier League winning season, every person was supporting Leicester that season. And like to go out there at a push and say there was some Tottenham fans even doing the same, wanting Leicester to win it. That's what we want football to be, but that season, and he was the author of that. And yeah, I get choked up now. I'm 31 years old. I've supported Leicester City since. It's easy for me to say I was born a Leicester City fan. I wasn't. I was a Leicester City fan from the age of 5. So from the age of 5 years old to watch my team go through all the struggles and all this, and then go and win it's unimaginable. I wouldn't even have said that at 5 years old. Leicester wouldn't have won the Premier League at 5 years old, but they did. A lot later.
I would have been happy with Adidas on our logos. Do you know what I mean, on our shirts?
Oh yeah, I used to dream of that. A big.
That was the dream.
Yeah, and
yeah,
we got it, and it's. Yeah, I don't really know where to go with it. It's Vichai, 2 years on, and it's taken me a long time, like today, putting this together, putting pictures together, and I haven't got many pictures, and it just tears me up. It really does. He was the guy of the city, wasn't he?
What I liked as well is that. I don't want to sound horrible. I don't want to sound horrible. I really don't. But it's probably how I say it. But I don't. When it happened, and then a few days later, of all of the fans coming together, all in one for the supporter, less
like that.
That one, yeah. All now that was a massive shock to me, and it brought tears to my eyes, and it still does now. But from the football community, all in one place, that it's a nice feeling to have that. All of the football clubs around still love each other as a club, even though you've got all these rivalries and that. Still, it's nice for every club. Even Nottingham Forest, who is our biggest rival, actually came as well to lay their club's colours down as well. It's brought fans more closer together as well.
Yeah, and that's what it was. It's so if you see that photo, that first bit of that photo of where the sea is, that was all it was when I first went down.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was half of that when I first went down. And even then, I was seeing different football clubs. I was seeing rugby clubs. Leicester Tigers, obviously just down the road, were there. But I saw Nottingham Forest, Derby County, Coventry. I saw Man United. I saw Liverpool. I saw Norwich. I saw all these clubs with signed shirts of. I'm basically saying, I'm really sorry, or rest in peace, Vichai. And I think it's a tragedy at the end of the day, and it is what it is a tragedy. It made football. It brought everyone like that, and it really did.
It weren't about football though. When an incident like that happens, football. It don't matter what colours you wear. You know what I mean? All that goes out the window. It's football's united, and that's the one word to use in an incident like this, or a situation like this, is unity. And it is nice that it is still out there somewhere. It's just a shame it happened. It has to happen when these unfortunate events take place.
And it does take, unfortunately, these events to realise that we are all united as football fans. But I cannot thank all the fans who went, paid their tributes. I heard of the story of a Carlisle fan travelling all the way overnight to put his shirt down in memory of Vichai. I've read stories of teams, non-league teams, their bus, instead of going to the game straight away, would park up, or otherwise on the way back from a game, would park up and pay their tribute. And we can't thank you enough for that. I mean, it just gave you an eye opener, didn't it? Really, that football doesn't matter. It really, in this instance, football doesn't matter. It like you say, it's about unity as people and being there for each other in tragedy. And like I say, this was a tragedy to football. I don't know if you disagree with me on that one or what. We've got to be there for each other.
I completely agree. And even still to this day, I mean, you mentioned Vichai. You know, if you're out in the city centre, you shout Vichai, someone's going to shout it back. Do you know what I mean? That's how much of an impact he's had on people and the city, and anyone that actually knew what kind of a guy he was. Do you know what I mean? Still to this day, and you can't fault that really. He's just a legend.
Sorry,
right. Going to this comment about when they won the league and he bought the whole squad of BMW bought i8. He didn't have to put his hand in his pocket, to be fair, and buy the whole team a BMW.
No other manager does that. No other owner does that.
No, they don't. So it also shows what kind of chairman he was. It was always grateful with what the team done. Like he didn't have to buy them the BMW. I don't know how much they are. I'm not.
They're expensive.
Let's play away the guy that was on commission that day pocket. And they're $100 cars. $100 cars. He didn't have to do it. He didn't, like you say. He didn't. You say the thing is, it's a Thai culture. Is always give, don't receive. I feel forever in debt to Vichai and Tops and the family. They've done so much for our club, and still to say, even now, they're doing it in the right ways. Obviously, in Tops we trust, and I mean, what a gentleman his dad was, and what a gentleman Tops is. The vision. I said earlier that he was the author of our fairy tale book. Then I think Tops is the author of our second. I really think we've got another fairy tale.
You got to understand, Top was a massive factor in Vichai buying Leicester City.
Yeah.
It was because Top supported us. That's the only reason why. And it was their project together, wasn't it? So it's like, whatever the vision was, it will happen. You know, if we can win the league when they said we'd win the league, we've got to have faith. We've got to believe. And as Foxes fans, we know by now to do that.
Do you know when they said that we'd win the Premier League? How long were you thinking it would take? It definitely wasn't 2 years.
If I remember rightly, Sven-Göran Eriksson was the manager, and we just signed Yuki Abe.
Oh, yeah.
And I think, I weren't expecting it to happen for, probably not in my lifetime. Because as Leicester fans back then, we were constantly up and down from Championship and Premier League. Do you know what I mean? We were classed as a yo-yo team.
Yeah.
So it was never really an option.
No, it wasn't. But we went, Ryan. We did it.
Exactly. We did what we
did the impossible, as what the pundit said. We did the impossible. But if you look at it now, nothing is impossible.
No. And that's what
if you put your heart to it, you can achieve it. And that's what he showed us. We put our heart to it, and we achieved it.
4 words that will forever stick in my memory. The amazing Leicester City. And any Leicester fan should know exactly what I mean with that one. And it's got to be said in a certain way.
Sky Sport. That was what he said. The amazing Leicester City.
Yeah, exactly.
And we were. Like I say, as I said, I was going to put some shout-outs to some first tonight. So obviously, the game after the incident was against Cardiff. We went and won that. But I want to put a shout out to you Cardiff fans out there. Thank you so much for your support, especially with you raised money for this banner, and you raised more money as well after that. It went to the Vichai. It used to be the Foxes Foundation, now the Vichai Foundation. They were fantastic that game. They were there for us from start to finish. And I think as well, I think Cardiff fans wanted us to win that. And I think everybody wanted us to win that. And we did. Thanks to this guy. He got a booking for that.
Damari Gray.
Yeah. Did you see the referees? That referee's face is like, I don't want to book you, but I have to book you. And that referee, by the way, got slated for booking him. And
he even put it on Twitter, I believe. He even tweeted about it, saying he was sorry.
He said he was sorry, and guess what the FA did? Diverted that fine to the Vichai Foundation. So it was a booking worth having. At the end of the day, thank you to that referee. You know, no one feels bad for you, bad for what you did on that game, because you had to win the rules. You can't make exceptions. You had to abide by it. You saw the reaction on his face when Damari took his shirt off. He knew. He was like, bollocks, I'm going to have to book him. But they were fantastic. Them fans were fantastic. Same as the Watford fans when I went to that game. And the support. I just want to, get this on a high, really. Dream's not over, is it?
No. This year's ours. Look at the table. We've got this.
Vichai.
The Foxes are on the prow.
You know it.
Yeah. Europa. Come on. We've definitely got a chance in that. I know we played.
I know everybody keeps slating it. Everyone keeps slating because it's the Europa and not the Champions League, which, yeah, fair enough. It is the Europa and not the Champions League.
Yeah, but then if you win it, you've got the Super Cup.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. All these teams, I mean, Sevilla, they're extremely good in the Europa League. Can people beat them in the Champions League? No. Do you know what I mean? It's a gateway, and it's that opportunity, and it's that chance for us to say, you know what, we're playing in Europe again. Whether it's the Champions League or whether it's the Europa League, it don't matter. It's in Europe, and whether it's a Wednesday night or a Thursday night, time's irrelevant. If you look at it like that, do you know what I mean? So we're playing in Europe.
Look at the people that are on that cup. Man United have won it in the last 10 years. Chelsea.
But when these teams were in those competitions, they weren't being slated. They weren't slating it then. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Now that Leicester missed out on Champions League and they made Europa League, they're not good enough for the Champions League, so you make do with Europa League. But not being funny, it's the first time for years that we've been in the Europa League.
I think
so. As Leicester fans, we don't care. We just as long as we're in Europe.
Yeah. I was about to say that. I think last season our aim was to get into Europe. It didn't matter if it was Champions League or Europa League, just any part of Europe.
I've said it time and time again, and I'll stick by it. We have been consistent ever since the year of relegation, or fighting for relegation, and since we won the league, we have been up and up and up ever since. Do you know what I mean?
Can you imagine Leicester without Vichai's family? Where would we be?
We'd be still with Milan Mandrick.
We'd die straight, wouldn't we?
We'd be still probably trying to find ourselves a new ownership and probably in and out of administration. You just can't call it. We've been extremely lucky.
We've been lucky to find a family that invest, like I say, not just in the club. They invest in
the city and the community. And community is the most important thing about football. People forget about that. Community is what keeps football going. Without it, what have you got?
Do you think Vichai has, because of what he's done with Leicester City, has brought the certain fans who you support Liverpool, you support Man United and Leicester, to make them Leicester City fans because of what he's done with Leicester?
I mean, probably as if you've got neutral fans out there, possibly. Do you know what I mean? But for me, I've always been diehard Leicester fan ever since I was little. There's a couple of pictures of me in Liverpool shirts, but you know, I don't know whether you were the same. But when we were struggling, I always had a favourite Premier League team just because I didn't know we'd be in the Premier League again.
I had a favourite Premier League team.
Yeah, so
he supported Chelsea, and my mum supports Sheff Wednesday, so Premier League team with Chelsea for me. But
do you know what I mean? But now it's as soon as we got back in that Premier League, do you know what I mean? It's been Leicester ever since. Do you know what I mean? You can't. Well, even before then, but it'll always be Leicester, and it. You know what I mean? But you can't not as a neutral not love Leicester. Look at the football we're playing.
And that's what he's instilled into the club. I really do.
Yeah.
He's brought that connectivity. He was the one to rule out buyout clauses in Leicester City player contracts. No Leicester City player has a buyout clause now. It was like you play for the badge or you don't play. And I'm for
Look at the Mariz incident.
Yeah, precisely. The Mariz incident. It's yeah. He just put his stamp on it, and he did it in the right way. But look at the respect that he's got. Look at the respect that Vichai's got, and that family. They got the utmost respect from the players. More anyway. Respect comes easily from fans. It really does. But from players, it means a different kettle of fish altogether. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I like to think that we're on a bright future, and I don't think Vichai Visions is done, and I believe in tops.
We're not done yet.
We've got the new training ground that's nearly finished as well.
Yeah, just up the road from where I live.
There's a reason Top's called Top.
Top of the league.
It's because we belong on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we're probably going to get a lot of hate for that comment right there, but I don't care.
Going, in the next 10 years, we have won the Champions League. That is my prediction. In the next 10 years, we will have won the Champions League.
See, I'd say 5, at least giving it a push. Semi-finals within 5.
Yeah, but 10 years to actually win it.
He's instilled that ambition, hasn't he? Vichai's
yeah, that's it. It's the big shout. And yeah. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
5,000 to 1.
5,000 to 1, and the odds are lower than that now for us to win Europa.
I've got about 1,000 to 1
I think we're
for us to win the league.
100 to 1 to win the league. What was it? 500?
100 to 1.
What, to win the league?
Yeah.
And Europa, we're second favourites.
No, we're fourth favourites. Fourth favourites.
I thought Spurs were. Spurs are top.
No, Spurs and Arsenal are joint, and then we've got 2 Spanish teams, Atletico. I can't remember the other one, but we're fourth.
Yeah, but we've just beat Arsenal, so you can take them out the equation now.
14 to 1 we were at the start.
I'd take them odds.
Yeah.
Of course. Why not? Right. I'd rather take them odds over 5,000 to 1, and we did that. So you know what I mean.
I bet on Leicester all the time now, just in case. You can never be too sure.
Guys, I just kind of want to wrap it up. Ryan, Vichai, any last words?
Yeah, it will just always be missed, and the legacy of Leicester City will always be continued, and we'll always do what we do. And at the end of this season, we're going to be champions again.
Fantastic. Danny?
Well, he had a dream, didn't he? He came from Thailand, and then he was one of our own. Wait, I can't even read that, Andy, mate.
We played from the back.
No, I know that. I was just trying to read it.
Vichai had a dream.
He bought a football team. He came from Thailand, and now he's one of our own. Play from the back. We counter-attack. Champions of England.
Sing that.
You made us sing that. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Fantastic. I mean,
What a bloke.
That's not going on X Factor, let's put it that way. Vichai, we love you. Thank you for everything you've done for us. And I'm going to play my intro again. Guys, thank you for joining me on this video. What a guy. What a guy.
#V.
I'll speak to you guys in a minute. Bear with me. Vichai, what a guy. We love you. We'll forever love you. You're always imprinted into the City fans' hearts. And rest in peace, my friend. I'm just going to leave you with my intro again. Thank you. And thanks for looking in, guys.